It's that time of year again when we start talking about our budget. Typically, when the town announces our budget, it's a good time. Maybe throw in a little B-roll sequence, show off the new parks, the new facilities coming to the community. But not this year. Now look, we still have some amazing improvements coming, like the opening of the Advocacy Center, Desert Sky, park expansion, and many more. However, this year was less about what are the new things we're gonna get, and more about what are the things we can't afford to lose. Because the reality is that our general fund, that's the main funding source for our day-to-day operations, it's facing a $20 million a year loss in ongoing revenue. On top of that, we understand residents are dealing with rising costs, including the recent utility rate increase that just passed, which won't be increasing fiscal year 27, so we do have that. But the main concern for this year's budget was around how we maintain the quality of life Gilbert residents have come to love and expect while managing a massive loss in ongoing revenue. So how exactly does a town just lose $20 million in ongoing revenue? The truth is this shortfall, it's not because of irresponsible spending, it's almost entirely due to external changes both at the state and federal level. Let's do some math. First, the state eliminated residential rental sales tax, $9 million. Second is Arizona's move to a flat income tax, $5.5 million. Third, One Big Beautiful Bill, $3.5 million. Lastly, our neighbor Santan Valley finally incorporated into their own city. We're just so incredibly happy for them. $1.8 million. Basically, $20 million of ongoing revenue. Again, not a one-time dip. We're talking at least $100 million over the next 5 years. When a town or city loses that much in ongoing revenue, they need to decide what the priorities are. For Gilbert, there are 3 big ones that stood out. First is essential services. This is important for maintaining a high quality of life. This is going to be your police officers, your firefighters, your park rangers. Another priority is supporting economic growth. Unlike other cities that rely on a primary property tax to support their day-to-day operations, Gilbert, we don't have one. Instead, over 70% of our general fund comes directly from sales tax and income tax. This is why maintaining a strong business environment and growing our sales tax base is critical to strengthening our financial future. Lastly, maintaining our current workforce. I know what you're thinking. Of course you would say that. You work for the town. But take a look at this chart. The median comparable city has around 8 employees per 1,000 residents. Gilbert operates closer to 6. That's not a small gap. We run incredibly lean, meaning our staff does a lot more with a lot less. Now this leads into things that didn't make the cut. Like we just went over, yes, Gilbert will be running lean in 2027. Out of the nearly 300 requested staff positions that we need to maintain service levels, we were only able to fund about 100 of them. That means close to 200 requested positions remain unfunded. And over 100 of those positions are in public safety. That's police and fire. Now you might be thinking, what about all that government inefficiency? And look, I was that guy too. That's why I was actually quite surprised when I started working with the town and found out that Gilbert practices zero-based budgeting. This is actually a very good practice, and not many local municipalities, let alone for-profit companies, do this. Most places use rollover budgets. They take last year's spending, adjust for inflation, maybe a new AI subscription, on and on. The budget can just balloon. Zero-based budgeting forces you to justify each dollar from zero, essentially helping you eliminate a lot of waste. Gilbert's been practicing zero-based budgeting since 2018, and to date's generated over $5 million in savings. But that's not going to be enough. So to make up for the rest of the shortfall, we had to get a little creative, and honestly, we had to make some tough trade-offs. This meant reducing spending on internal operations, doing less park maintenance, and even shutting down core community events like fall movies in the park and outdoor expo. We're utilizing a one-time funding source of $3.3 million from the sale of land. We also saved $4 million during phase 1 of the new advocacy center. It balances our budget for this year, but let's be real, these are band-aid fixes. It's not going to solve our ongoing challenges. For now, it did help us from making even deeper cuts into core services. We're already looking at 2028 and beyond, trying to figure out how to compensate for these ongoing losses without losing our high quality of life. As a resident, you actually have a lot of power here. Shop local, support the mom and pop shops, even the big box retailers. Because every dollar you spend within the town's boundaries helps tremendously. As for the town, our goals will remain the same. Protect what makes Gilbert exceptional. And while we had to make some tough decisions this year, those decisions were guided by a long-term vision to ensure that Gilbert not only meets today's needs, but continues to thrive for generations to come.